Tragic shootings have brought up the question of whether this is a hate crime because 6 of the 8 victims were Asian women.
Well, one local attorney says Georgia's hate crime law is not something that can be used immediately after a crime. Fox 5's Janice Yu explains why.
The attorney I talked to explains this is not something that happens right away. Someone can only be found to be in violation of the state hate crime law if they're convicted of another crime first.
There's a lot of passion surrounding this issue, and rightly so.
The deadly shootings in Atlanta and Acworth have left some wondering why the crimes are not being labeled as hate crimes. Defense attorney and former federal prosecutor Brett Williams says federal and state hate crime laws could come into play here. But in the state of Georgia, it's not something that would happen until a suspect is convicted.
An indictment charging the defendant with murder, and you also would see some description related to the victims and the fact they have Asian descent, the fact they are women. And then if the jury were to find the defendant guilty of committing murder, then at sentencing, there might be that enhancement.
Williams says under the state's hate crime law passed last year, someone could face an enhancement or additional penalties if they're convicted of a crime and it's proven that the crimes were motivated by the victim's race, ethnicity, religion, or sexual orientation. Because suspect Robert Long has been charged with felonies, it would mean a minimum of an additional 2 years in prison. Long could face federal hate crime charges as well.
The defendant could be charged with having targeted the employees because of their Asian descent or the fact they were women.
Williams says federal and state prosecutors will look into everything from Long's background to his statement to police, witness statements, and details of the shootings to determine whether or not the specific law applies in this case.
Let's make sure we do justice, and the way to do that is determine what the facts are and then aggressively strike hard blows as to the defendant and prove by competent evidence that he in fact did those things.
Before the state of Georgia passed a hate crime law last year, Georgia was just one of 4 states in the country without one. In Atlanta, Janice Yu, Fox 5 News.